What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Iron Maiden, and we're back with another tune from their Somewhere in Time album. I've just been jumping around. I know there's still one more album that I need to react to a tune from, which is A Matter of Life and Death. Haven't gotten to that album yet. Very excited to do that, in part because I'm aware that it got a lot of critical acclaim. Again, it was like before I had sort of, done a deep dive on the band and for my own edification sort of discovered them. But yeah, since reading about the sort of evolution of the band and the different albums, my understanding is that album got a lot of like critical acclaim and was very popular with sales and so on. So I'm excited to talk about it. Nevertheless, we are going to listen to one from Somewhere in Time. We're going to listen to a tune called "The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner." I believe this is written by Steve Harris. Let me just get a quick check. But it's interesting. A lot of times I think there's a great deal of metaphor in their songs. This occasion, I feel like it might be a more straightforward interpretation. At least like several of the lines really do speak to what it's like to be a long distance runner. I haven't done it for a long time, but up until high school, I actually did a lot of long distance running because, I played soccer, so I was not only like fast in terms of sprinting, but I had a lot of stamina. So, let me see. I'm not seeing. It is Harris, yes. Okay, so this is a Steve Harris song. But yeah, it just has a lot of lines about what it's like, just the hearing your breath and the sound of your feet as you run, and it's like it just becomes this sort of like aural pulse, this sort of like mantra in your head, and running across fields and different types of physical environments, and also if you are in a race with other people, there's this constant feeling of like you're pushing yourself, but you are also aware of where other people are, whether it's in front of you and you're trying to close the gap, or whether it's behind you and you can feel someone's pressure like getting closer and closer. So it really does feel like it's an exploration of the psychology of being a long distance runner, which is very interesting. To me, part of the reason I stopped doing it though is because I do feel like it's so isolated. Whereas again, if you play soccer, or I used to play ice hockey as well, it's a team sport, and yeah, you might score individual goals where you stick handle past a couple people, but in the end, you're passing to your teammates. You're setting like picks, so you're doing all sorts of things that are involve like the integration of you and other people. Whereas when you're running long distance, even if you're near your competitors, it's still just you and you're up in your head. So when I heard this song, I was sort of trying to find like, is it a metaphor? Is it an allegory for something? But I didn't really come up with anything that like clearly stuck out to me. If there is something like that someone is aware of, please do let me know. But as far as I can tell, this is more just about an understanding of what it is to be a long distance runner and the psychology that goes into that, because you have so much time to think about what you're doing, and like I said, like while you're doing that, there's this constant like sound and physical like rhythm of your breathing and your steps, and the places that you're going through. So I think this song really does capture all that and presents it very vividly. But as I said, if someone is aware of a more like deep or nuanced interpretation that I'm not mentioning here, please do let me know. Nevertheless, this is The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner. What is it, 1980, 88? I can't read. 86, sorry. Okay, yeah. I can read when it's large enough for me to read. But yeah, so this is Iron Maiden, Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner, on Somewhere in Time, 1986. But I was gonna say, if there is a wind, you like it, whether it's coming to your front or your back. It's true, like, you're getting somewhere, but because, like, it's such a long run, it's like, you do feel, in a way, like you're on a treadmill. I forgot about the chorus. Oh. I love that guitar work. Again, just shifting tempos, like time signatures effortlessly. Like it's high and like singing, and then it goes deep and growly. It's like imagining someone running at this point. Really awesome musically. I didn't quite remember how good this was. I was thinking about it more psychologically when I was like, oh, I should react to that one. Again, sort of their Castlevania vibes, as I keep calling it. I mentioned it before, I love that they're not shy to have just a really like, you know, evolving instrumental interlude. They take time in their songs. Yeah, it's great. I am remembering now as I get to the end of the song, when I first heard this album, I mentioned before when I was doing my initial deep dive on Iron Maiden, kind of with each album after I listened, not before, but after, I'd then go online and just try to search for any interviews about when they recorded the album or any of the particular songs, like what they were thinking about when they wrote them. I am vaguely remembering now that, like, supposedly this was based on, like, I don't know if it's a novel or a short story. It's some like piece of literature, fiction, and I don't I don't know about the story itself. But like, yeah, as I was getting near the end of the song, there, I was like, wait, didn't I read that? Like, yeah, I guess it would be Harris. This is based on a book he read or like a short story he read, something like that. So if someone has more detail on that, please do let me know. But again, like lyrically, I don't know, maybe there's a metaphor or an allegory there, but it really does feel like a pretty straightforward understanding and exploration of sort of the psychology and sort of trappings of being a long-distance runner. But yeah, let me know whether about the piece of literature or just if you have more information from another avenue. Either way, I appreciate you listening and watching. Let me know if there's another Iron Maiden song, either on this album or a different one, where Bruce is singer, as I mentioned before. All the studio albums where he's singer, I have now acquired and become familiar with, so would love to talk about any of them. I did recently, just in the last couple weeks, get a copy of Live After Death. I've already listened to I think like 3 or 4 songs from that, so I'm trying to go through that one, but there's still several songs in that I want to get to, so let me know if there's a live version of a song in that one you'd like to hear. Other than that, thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. Have a good day, have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.